But you can also be a breakdancer at the Olympics, as was the case with this breakdancing lady in her late 30s named Gunn. No relation, thank God. I just want to stress that. No relation. This is what she comes out and does. Now, we can have arguments about whether or not breakdancing should be at the Olympics. But at least some of them have some athletic skills. This is if I was trying to embarrass my kids and I was like, look at me, kids, I'm breakdancing, when all of their kids are at the house or their friends are at the house, this is what I would do. But this lady went to the Olympics. I think she scammed the Australians into sending her to the Olympics. I think that's what happened. She had, I forget what her background is. She's got some sort of a useless doctorate in cultural movement. And so that's why she went, but she doesn't actually train.
Unbelievable. Well, Sheila, unless you can spin on your head, I saw her stand on her head, but you got to be able to spin on your head before you're going to get into medal contention. It was
a half rotation. It was a half rotation. Like, I just don't understand. It's like,
well, I will say this. It's far better than anything I could do, but I'm not an Olympic athlete and certainly not anywhere in the class of the...
She hops like a kangaroo because she's from Australia.
Wow.
Oh my.
So what is the complaint? That she's getting shamed for an awful performance?
Yeah, she got 0 points.
That's what happens. You lay an egg, you get booed. Live audience.
I think the real villains here, like, this is just a progressive busybody who thought that her degree in a useless genre would be enough to, I don't know, magically transform her body into that of an athlete or something. The real villains here are the Australians who sent her to allow her to embarrass their country on an international stage.
Yeah, so what is the unspoken story there, Sheila? Because obviously, if this was an unbiased panel approving the breakdancers going to Paris, they would never have approved her, right? So is there some kind of family connection? I mean, come on. Where did she finish, by the way? In term, I guess this is something they score, like, figure skating or whatever.
0-0. She didn't get a single point. No.
I think you deserve a medal for that. That's the equivalent of a shutout, isn't it?
I just, like, she admitted, I think, in an interview, she doesn't really train. She didn't take it all that seriously. And her only qualification, I think, is that she, as I said, she has a master's or a doctorate in cultural movement. So this late 30s white lady with no skills whatsoever, thought that her busybody, useless degree, like, in another world, she would just be serving you coffee at a woke coffee shop. Instead, she went to the Olympics. And now people making fun of this nonsense, this, like, at least Michael Jackson did that in a Thriller video and it looked cool. She's saying that people are mocking me because they are misogynistic. And it's like, no, there were other, who doesn't like lady breakdancers? The lady who stole a spot from a lady who could breakdance, which is what she did.
Yeah. I think if there was a gold medal for most embarrassing Olympic moment, it's between that breakdancer and that poor fellow, I can't remember his name, in the pole vault, which thanks to an appendage, ironically, in the pole vault category, it knocked the thing that other pole.
No chromosomal testing required there.
That's where shrinkage would have been a benefit to that athlete.
Sometimes you do need chromosomal testing. Sometimes you don't. You didn't there. But the International Olympic Committee president says that chromosomes don't determine sex. Okay, so what does? Feelings? Basically, they're saying if it's on your passport, that's your gender.
Oh, that's the benchmark now. What's on the passport?
Right. So X, I guess, is the thing here in Canada because we're ridiculous. They're saying we don't do chromosomal testing. Again, woe to be an East German coach.
You know, Sheila, once again, these people saying, oh, don't get caught up in chromosomes and whatnot. These are the same people I would bet my life on it that during the pandemic, follow the science. These were the COVID Karens screaming at us. And by the way, with every passing week, we're finding out what science, like, the 6 feet apart, completely made up. A bunch of rubbish, masks that don't work, et cetera, et cetera. And now when it comes to the science of biology, oh, no, that's biology's overrated, So please sit back, get a bucket of popcorn, and watch the Olympics present a man smashing in the face of a female boxer. Wow, that's entertainment. That's equity.
Yeah. Domestic violence as a spectator sport. We've Thomas Bach, he's the International Olympic Committee president, who is not returning next year or for the subsequent Olympics 4 years from now. I think in LA they're going to be. That's great. But how many people's hopes and dreams has he destroyed along the way? He said a person's sex category is not assigned based on genetics alone. Why not? And aspects of a person's biology can be altered when they pursue gender-affirming medical care. No, that's cosmetic surgery, and that doesn't change whether or not your body has undergone testosterone-induced male puberty.